Hi everyone, today I am going to tell you the next episode of Mahabharata series and the second part of Sabha Parva. So let me begin the story. Once again, King Duryodhana ordered Pratikamin to bring Draupadi to the Sabha hall, but he hesitated. Pratikamin hesitated to go. Seeing this, Duryodhana screamed and said, "Oh brother Dushasana, go and bring Panchali to the Sabha hall, because this Vidura and Pratikamin, they both are afraid of Bhimsen. You go and bring her." Dushasana hurriedly went to the inner chamber. Then he said, "Oh Panchali, you have been won by us. Now come, leave your modesty and cast your beautiful eyes on any one of the Kauravas." But Draupadi requested him not to use this type of words to her. But Dushasana didn't listen. Now Yangaseni was forcibly dragged by Dushasana, where never before a princess of a high royal family was ever brought. Her pain was so heartbreaking that only one word was resonated in the Sabha hall. That was, "Fie on Duryodhana, fie on Duryodhana." Out of anger, hatred, and vengeance, Draupadi cast her eyes on the downcast faces of Pandavas and to the Kauravas. Then, crying bitterly, she just put her question before the elders of Kurus. She said, "O lords, O descendant of Bharat race, tell me, am I a slave? Have I been owned by Kauravas? Answer my question. Is dharma vanquished from this earth? Is the virtue turned into vices? Where is the justice? O lords, give me the answer." And she cried again and again and put her question. Then again she said, "Being all the elders present here, how can it be possible that a daughter-in-law is humiliated by this Dushasana? How can everybody resist? Is this the justice? O lords, give me the answer." And she cried again and again. Then a silence reigned over the Sabha hall for a while. All the elders, including Pitamaha Bhisma, they just downcast their heads and rubbed their faces. The tears, without giving any answer, they kept silence. And the tears filled in their eyes, but there was no voice. Vidura and Pitamaha Bhisma just covered their faces with their hands. While Draupadi was appealing to the elders, at that time Bhimsen caught her glance and he lost his sense. He immediately said, "O Sahadev, bring the fire. I want to burn these hands of Yudhishthir. He staked everything, including us, and lost. And I tolerated that. I didn't get angry. But how could he dare to put our wife Draupadi in the bed? How could he do it?" When he said this, Arjun pacified Bhimsen, "Oh brother, do not say these harsh words to our beloved elder brother Yudhishthira. He never detached himself from the path of dharma. Just bear it for some time more, O brother. Keep silence and tolerate it. Then Bhimsen kept quiet once again. Here when Bhimsen kept quiet, once again, after a while, he said, if Yudhishthira, the man of virtue, the man of righteousness, would not be our Lord, and if Arjuna would not urge me again and again, I would have killed these wretched Kauravas right now and here, like a lion kills a group of small animals. I can't do that, but I am crippled now only because I am not getting any command from my elder brother Yudhishthira. So he kept silence and again hissing like an angry cobra. Bhimsen kept quiet. Then immediately Duryodhana commanded, O Dushasana, what for you are waiting? Just rub off the cloth of Draupadi. Go on. Then Dushasana started pulling the cloths of Draupadi. Draupadi cried bitterly and she stared at everyone, but no one was there to save her. At last she thought of Lord Krishna. She said, O Lord, O Krishna, O Govinda, help me, save me from this ocean of wretched Kuru race. O God, you are my only hope. Help me, Lord. I surrender myself on thy feet. O Krishna, O Govinda, help me. Then she closed her eyes and she raised both her hands, surrendering herself to Lord Krishna. When this thing happened, suddenly, and by that time Dushasana was tired pulling the clothes of Draupadi. As many saris, clothes he pulled, again Draupadi was covered with a new cloth. Seeing the miracle, a great uproar rose in the Sabha. Everybody were stunned and they only said, everybody shouted, oh God, look at the extraordinary sight. Look at Draupadi. And every time she was covered with a new cloth. Being tired, Dushasana just sat there and he was already drenched with his own sweat. He then gave up and sat there. When Bhimsen saw this miserable condition of Draupadi, he roared like a lion. He immediately said, O wretched Dushasana, just listen to me. If I will not tear apart your hand from your body, then I would not be called as Brukodar again, nor I will go to the place of my ancestors. And hearing the terrible oath of Bhimsen, everybody's goosebumps were popped up. They just looked at the wrathful Bhimsen's face. But yes, at that time, looking at the miserable condition of Draupadi, Bikarna, one of the brothers of Duryodhana, he strongly opposed and he said that this game was a deceitful, foul game which Duryodhana won over King Yudhishthir. He openly supported Yudhishthir and he denounced the act of Dushasana towards Draupadi. But whatever he said, it just fell on the deaf ears. And once again, Duryodhana said, "O Dushasana," no, this time Karna said, "O Dushasana, take this servant woman to the servant's chamber. Let her be there and enjoy." Hearing his painful, harsh words, once again Bhimsen, that time Duryodhana, just for provoking Bhimsen and encouraging Karna, he just showed his right thigh and gestured Draupadi to come and sit there. Looking at this heinous gesture, Bhimsen once again roared, "O Duryodhana, O kings, listen to my vow. If I would not tear apart this right thigh of Duryodhana in the battlefield, then I would not be called as the son of Kunti, and I would not get the place of my ancestors. Remember these things." The terrible oath of Bhimsen was enough for King Dhritarastra. But once again, Duryodhana went on saying harsh words to Draupadi. Now King Dhritarashtra, though he was blind, he could feel the urgency or the darkness of their future. So after a while, he said, "O Draupadi, O blessed lady, do not get angry. Now I want to give you 2 boons. You ask me whatever you want." Then Draupadi said, "O Lord, if you are pleased, then free my virtuous husband Yudhishthir from slavery." Then Dhritarashtra said, "O blessed lady, so it be." Then once again Draupadi said, Dhritarashtra asked her another boon. Then again Draupadi said, "O Lord, then free all the other 4 Pandavas from this slavery." And Dhritarashtra once again said, "So it be." And lastly he said, "O Panchali, do not think about the misconduct of Dushasana or Duryodhana. Forgive them, and now with all the wealth and prosperity and all your husbands, 5 Pandavas, you go back to Indraprastha and stay there happily. No more there would be any dissensions." He said, and Draupadi with all the Pandavas, they started going back to Indraprastha. They had not gone far distance from Hastinapur. Once again, King Dhritarashtra was Once again, King Dhritarashtra was trapped by Duryodhana's trick. He then said, "O Vidura, go and bring back Yudhishthir for the second time dice game." Vidura didn't agree. He said, "Oh brother, this act of yours is nothing but to call the total annihilation of Kaurava race. Even Gandhari came and requested him again and again, O king, the Duryodhana was the main cause of the destruction. Abandon him, do not listen to him. What he is going is not good for any one of us. But Dhritarastra didn't pay any heed to her words. He then sent to Pratikamin to call them back. Now, the Pratikamin went there and once again with in a very pitiful voice, he requested Yudhishthira to come back for the second dice game. This was the ultimate scene for all the Pandavas. Now Yudhishthira thought that yes, fate has ordained this. Nobody can go beyond fate. Destiny is destiny. Again he came back and he played with Sakuni. But this time Sakuni said, "Oh Yudhishthira, you have already gained back your wealth and property, but we don't want all these things. Now the stake is different. The stake will be that any one of us will be defeated, will go to for 12 years exile, and the 13th year will be incognito. If you agree, then play." You know, Yudhishthira was the follower of Dharma, particularly Kshatriya Dharma. He could never say no to a challenge. He played, and at last Sakuni said, "Lo, I have won." And all the 5 Pandavas with Draupadi started their journey for exile to the forest. Now here the people of Hastinapur cried aloud, "Alas, fie on Duryodhana, fie on Duryodhana. O wretched Duryodhana, why didn't you die the day you were born? Why did you pull this wretched dice game?" Then again and again they said, "O King Yudhishthira, why did you play this game with the wicked Sakuni and Duryodhana? Decidefully they have won over you, and do not go to forest, will become orphans." Then once again they said, "O Duryodhana, because of you only we were losing our noble king Yudhishthira. We will follow him wherever he will be." Like this, the Hastinapur people followed the Pandavas for a certain distance, but Yudhishthira, with his soft words, consoled them and told them, promised them that they would come back again. They had gone, but now the blind king Dhritarastra felt the real darkness for the coming future. His body shook with terrible pain. He then called Vidura and said, "O Vidura, tell me," he asked timidly, "O Vidura, tell me how the Pandavas with illustrious Krishna and priest Dhumya went on the road, and I am desirous to know all these things." Then Vidura said, "O king, it is already too late. Now listen to me how they had gone." Yudhishthira covered his face with a cloth, and Bhimsen was only looking at both his arms. Arjun, he was scattering the sands all through the way. And Nakul, he took some ash and put it on his face. And Sahadev, looking at his palm, put on his face. Panchali, the most blessed lady, was following Yudhishthir with her disheveled hair. Priest Dhumya was with them. This way they had gone. Now, what do you want? You wanted wealth, you wanted prosperity, everything, the whole world is at your feet. Now you enjoy it. Then Dhritarastra immediately said, O Vidura, O learned wise man, please tell me what does it mean? I couldn't understand. Then Vidura said, what are these gestures? He asked. Then Vidura said, O brother, Yudhishthir covered his face so that his angry eyes would not fall upon anyone. Otherwise, he would burn into ashes. And Bhimsen looked at his mighty arms, giving the indication just to wait for the time to come. Arjun was scattering the sands, indicating that his arrows will be scattered like these sands everywhere. Nakul put the ashes because he was the most handsome fellow, so that no other lady will be attracted towards him. And Sahadev looked at his palm and put it on his face because he is the only person who knew everything, the past, present and future. He knew what is going to happen to all of them. He could see the future. That is why he looked at his palm. But without being asked, he is not going to tell a single word. And the most virtuous lady, Draupadi, Yangaseni, she just covered her face with her disheveled hair so that no other person will die with her burning fire of anger. This way they had gone. Oh brother, why are you asking now? Why are you showing your crocodile tear now? And it is too late. As you sow, so shall you reap. Now just wait for the consequence. There is no way, and the war is inevitable. So, oh brother, wait for that day to come. Vidura said this much. And all the Pandavas with Draupadi went to the forest to pass 12 years and then 13th year to be incognito. And actually, Dushasana was not dragging Yangaseni. He was dragging the blazing fire, which in future would fall upon them. This much is the second part of Sabha Parva. Now I'll meet you once again with the next part. Thank you so much.